program, we need people to be at least 18, and we don't have any upper age limit for that. And for the School Buddies program, we don't have quite the there's a few more steps involved for the communities program when we make the match. With School Buddies, we want to really get the matches made as quickly as possible because the school year seems to go so fast. And but I think, as you can see with Nathan and Dylan, we look kind of at interests and stuff, and these guys really connected well, and we'll make those matches as best we can, because a lot of it is look at interests and values and just how hopefully get two people together who would have fun together doing like board games and frisbee golf. And I think that's another nice thing, that when you guys are talking about what you do, it's not expensive things at all. It doesn't require really any money, I mean, it's a little, I guess you drive somewhere or maybe get something to drink or whatever, but it's really about hanging out, spending time together.
Yeah, just being together is the main thing. All right. Well, if someone was thinking about getting involved in Big Brothers Big Sisters, what sorts of things would you say to convince them to join? What are some of the benefits that you've been able to experience?
Just kind of taking a break from all the schoolwork and just, when your friends aren't always available to hang out with, that, you can just hang out with your big brother or big sister and have fun.
That's a lot of I would say the same thing from the college student perspective, being able to, switch off from schoolwork and work and everything that you're juggling with that, to take an hour out of the day and go play Connect 4, or go play chess with a second grader, or it was just a lot of fun. I just really enjoyed it every week, and it's something I look forward to every week. So it was just another social thing to do. It's not really a commitment as much as it was like a good time to go have fun.
Yeah, kind of a break.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And for the School Buddies program, we've had a few businesses that have agreed to let their employees get paid time off to go and spend their lunch hour at an elementary school that's close by.
Oh, that's very nice.
So that's a really good thing, and I think it does. I mean, it is the ideal, what you want to say is it's really helpful for the student, but I do think it can be helpful for the grown-ups too.
Definitely goes both ways.
Yeah.
What is the importance, do you think, of interacting with people who aren't your age? I think oftentimes we are around people our age, whether it's in school or at work. What are some of the benefits? Why is it important to hang out with people a little bit older or a little bit younger than you?
Like I said earlier, I think it's cool because you get to see the insight of what it's like to be older, and maybe take some tips and notes about how, maybe what you want to do when you grow up, and kind of understand how everything works, with a job and stuff like that.
Yeah, and for me, I was the youngest in my family, so I never really had a younger sibling that I ever played with or anything, and so I just had this view of anyone under 5th grade was a kindergartner basically, and then about a month into knowing him, I got beat in 4 moves at Connect 4, and so it was really
wrong.
Yeah, it was really good for me to really experience and see what it's like to really hang out with someone his age, and then to see him grow up, as a 7th grader now, and his personality just really come out. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Dylan, maybe you could talk a little bit about some of the changes that you've maybe seen in yourself as a result of knowing Nathan and being able to hang out with him. You said you've taken some advice and some tips. Can you think of anything that you've been able to learn from your big brother?
I think that I've become a little bit more mature. I was kind of crazy and stuff, and I kind of understand how getting a job works, and I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. I just think it's cool because I get to see everything he's doing, and I get to understand it all because he teaches me.
I think it does show your maturity level that you're able to, even come into a TV studio and have a conversation with adults in front of people you don't know. Right. I think that's great. Yes. So you mentioned, you've learned how to get a job. Maybe have you thought about what you might like to do when you get older? And maybe you're a big brother?
Yeah. My interests are like I'm good at math, and I like to build stuff, and I like to kind of see the structure of things and how they work. And so him and a bunch of other people have been telling me that like being an architect or an architect engineer would be a good job of my interests and what I like to do.
Well, sounds like it. He's almost helped you find your interests.
Yeah.
Find yourself. Absolutely. Nathan, if there's anything that you would want to pass on to a younger brother, be it Dylan or someone else, what sorts of lessons or what sorts of important things do you think you can show or demonstrate or teach someone as a big brother?
I think I like to think that I've talked to you about just working hard in school and trying to enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy every aspect of it, but there's a lot of positives that come out of school, and so you got to grin and bear the bad things, and that work ethic that you develop through it really will take you far in life, and I think also giving back to your community and interacting with other people, like in a positive way. I think those are all things I'd like to pass on to you or to whoever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about your plans for the future. You mentioned pharmacy school.
Yeah, so I'll graduate in May, and my wife and I will be moving out to Salt Lake City, Utah, which will be a total break from reality for us. We've always been born and raised in Cedar Rapids and went to school down here at Iowa, so I'll do a residency at the University of Utah out there.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't think pharmacy school's in your future? No, you don't have to be just like your big brother.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, Jill, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the organization Big Brothers Big Sisters. I mean, if Nathan were out in Salt Lake City and wanted to get involved, is Big Brothers Big Sisters out there? How big is the organization?
Yeah, it's we're called Big Brothers Big Sisters of Johnson County, and we're part of it's called the Big Federation, which is a collection of all the Big Brother Big Sister organizations in the country. I think there's like maybe 700 or so chapters in the country. So indeed, I'm positive that Salt Lake City has an organization. I think on that level, I think one of the coolest things about being part of a big organization like that, one is just the name recognition, so it makes it a little easier for us to, with new people coming to, say, Iowa City, that they might, oh, I know what that means, by hearing that name. The other thing I think that I really appreciate with having a national organization is they've been able to do a lot of research that we just can't do in a little, relatively small program, and it's nice to see objectively how kind of our nice anecdotal stories, borne out in statistics that yes, indeed, kids who have a mentor, a big brother, a big sister in their lives they do better. They involved less with using drugs. They attend school more. They do better in school. The last study they did was one on what they call alumni kids who had volunteers and now they're young adults, and so they're, volunteer more in their community, make more money than kids who haven't been matched. So, well, that's really nice. And so locally, we've been around 35 years or so.
Good amount of time.
Yeah, and it's great. And I've been in the program for a long time, so it's very fun for me to see, people who stop me in the grocery store and say, I had a guy not too long ago show me this picture on his phone, this really cute little baby, and said, isn't this the cutest baby you've ever seen? And that was his little brother's baby.
Wow.
So it was a very sweet. So that's some of the fun that I get from having been with the program for a long time. Yes. We get great community support. We're something that's very unusual in terms of the bigger picture of Big Brothers Big Sisters is in Johnson County, we're part of the Johnson County Extension Office. We're part of the youth programming there.